Hey guys, welcome back to Rocking the Spectrum. This morning is a typical morning for us. Dad's over there washing some dirty dishes, sniffing the dishes apparently with his headphones on. Katie is over here ready for her field trip. Woo, look how beautiful she looks with her dress and all dressed up nice and ready to go. I'm over here finishing breakfast, oatmeal for me today. I have to go get my coffee right now. And I'm gonna go to work. It's my long day. And Christian is being a lazy boy, laying down in bed as much as he can because he has a busy day per usual. But today he has no speech, only ABA, so that's good. Good morning. Say hi. Ooh, are you grumpy? Say hi. Wave, Christian. Wave. Hi. Hi. Oh, that was a lazy. Come on. Hi. Silly boy. You silly boy. You're so silly boy. So I'm going to finish my oatmeal and get ready for the day. Say goodbyes. All right, Christian. I'll see you in 8.5 hours, okay? I love you. Give me a kiss. Mwah. Have a good day. Listen to Puppy. I got my coffee. I got my lunch. And I got a great attitude. I'm ready to go. I'm just kidding, guys. But I'm for real. I gotta go, babe. Love you.
You have your keys?
No, I don't.
Hello, welcome back. Today is the first day where Christian's schedule changes since he does not have speech on Fridays anymore. So today we are doing things differently than usual. But I want to show you guys what we normally feed Christian in the mornings, which is most of the time is oatmeal. Say good morning, Christian. Can you wave hi? Wave hi. Good job. Yeah, normally we feed him oatmeal in the mornings or a bowl of cereal or egg, scrambled egg. Those are his top three to go to. And all this stuff that he eats, it wasn't just from one day to another. It took time from introducing foods to him. At first, he didn't like the texture of certain foods, but with time, he started on his own, just grabbing it and giving it a try. And so far, we've come a long way. Now, he probably has a good like 10 foods that we could think of, where back then it was probably like one or two, which was chicken nuggets and maybe a cup of noodle soup, and now he actually has a bigger menu. So we're happy that he's been trying on his own and been experimenting new foods.
I walk home to this. Yum. How was your day, guys?
Good.
How was yours, babe?
I felt pretty lazy today. One of those days.
You got a haircut?
Yeah.
That's good. Did you record the haircut? Or anything about the haircut?
Today was rough with Christian.
Yeah.
He I had to hold him down. Like if he was, I had to hold him down.
It was a long time since. It's been a long time since that's happened, huh? Has it ever happened?
No,
that
it's
bad?
never
No.
happened. Yeah.
I wonder what's going on because He's really picky about the sounds, like music right now, and he doesn't want like the headphones or even like a hat on him, huh?
No, he was leaving the hat on.
Yeah?
Yeah, right now I had a hat on.
Oh, nice.
And my field trip was good. They did a lot of talented.
Really? Was it awesome?
Yeah.
Did you behave?
We were eating pizza right now, and Christian had a frown on his face.
Why?
And I was trying to think why
Oops, sorry.
I was trying to think why would he be sad.
Uh-huh.
I was trying to think what's making him sad.
Mm-hmm.
And then I grabbed his pizza and I cut it into pieces, thinking like, oh, he probably can't chew it or rip the piece off, because he only ate the cheese and the whole slice was there, and he was like, and then so I made it into little pieces, and then he started eating it because he's missing his front teeth. Yeah.
Oh, my baby.
I don't want my crust.
That's okay. All right, guys. So before we go to bed, I wanted to do the question of the day for this video. I have a really good question by Vanessa. So thank you for the question. The question is, I have been wanting to ask this. Is it hard for you to explain autism to your parents and the older generation in your family? I'm Latina, and although they are supportive, it's been hard for my parents to understand. So you want to go ahead and answer that on your part? Do you think it's hard to explain autism to your parents?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's probably not just about old school. Or new school,
Mm-hmm.
you know. It's very hard to understand because it's a disability that you can't see.
Yeah.
If for example, as a Hispanic family, since we are Hispanic ourselves, they think it's un berrinche, which is a how would you say berrinche in English?
Would you say like a tantrum?
And they want to have their way.
Yeah.
That's how they but
Or like with time though, like I remember when I think one thing is like even as a parent, it's hard for you yourself to grasp like my son might have autism, because you're like, no, it's with time it'll pass. You know, like, oh no, in our culture, like you hear that boys talk later in life. You know, like, oh, it's because he's a boy, he'll talk later. So you always look for little excuses for it to not be autism, right?
Yeah, and once you explain and they see the kid more on a daily basis, maybe as they see their grandkid, they'll understand a little bit more and they'll see that he is a little different. Mm-hmm. I feel that once they see their grandkid more often, it's like the love that it doesn't matter how he is, they're gonna love him unconditionally.
Yeah.
And it's just getting to know him and accepting who he is, you know.
I think seeing the real life part of it, not just like me saying, oh, this and this affects him, he has this is why our lives are a little bit different, but like them seeing it, witnessing it, and living it, I think that really makes a difference. But another thing that I will say, not necessarily with time they'll accept it, but what I sometimes feel for my family or certain members of my family is the pity, right? Like, oh, like kind of like, oh, I feel bad for that, or like it sucks that this happens, or why is this, you know? Like I do feel as parents we accept things and we're more positive, but as grandparents I think it's harder for them to accept it, or they feel very sorry for like the life that we live or that he's gonna have to live. So it's a little bit more challenging for them to not feel the sadness of it, because they might only see your son, they might only see your child for like a day, a week, and they might see like the hard moments. So it's hard for them to see like the good moments all the time.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that a little bit?
Yeah, 100%. Because we do have family members like that.
And they don't mean anything bad by it,
Yeah.
but like when somebody says like, oh, that sucks that he has it, or like he's so cute, but that this and that, like
Yeah.
I know that nobody ever means anything bad by it, but in my head I'm like, it's not, like no, like it's fine. Like
yeah, Christian's living his best
Yeah,
life.
like-
When I was a kid, I could think back to my family, and every time I would think family, I would always think my immediate family, my mom, my dad, my brother.
Mm-hmm.
And now that we're parents, I feel that our kids think back when they think family, my mom, my dad, my sister. So it's pretty much just up to the
Immediate
family to stand strong and
Yeah.
and lead with positive attitude, and who cares what others think, you know? It's just you you gotta you gotta stand strong.
So I think if any advice that I could give somebody would be to just like hold your ground with like your positive attitude, and don't let anybody else's like opinion of like is it autism or is it not, or like the pity or anything like bring you down, because you know what your life is and what it's not. So even if somebody doesn't understand it, you could do your best to make them explain to them what it is, or maybe send resources their way, but like don't dwell on it too much.
Maybe the grandparents have a hard time understanding, and maybe it's not understanding, it's more like accepting.
Yeah.
You know, accepting that he's different, and it's hard. It is very hard to accept that he's different. And
I think it comes with every person has their own time where it'll come that they will accept it, as long as they're not being mean to that your child, or being like resentful for what they can't or can do. Like let them come to their terms with it in their own time, right?
yeah, just I wouldn't dwell on it.
Yeah, just don't dwell on it.
And just if you're happy, if your son is happy, then
Yeah. So just smile, stay positive. You know what your life is, and you know what is and what isn't, and you know that you're doing the best for your son or your daughter. And also that goes to the people that like they're like you're like the remarks of you're doing ABA for this many hours and speech and school. Like whoever doesn't understand that you're doing what you need to for the best of your child, same thing, just kind of like brush it off, because you know what is best for your family, right?
I don't know if we answered the question or not, because it's a very hard subject, and you can't really explain it to someone if they don't want to accept.
Yeah.
It's a very hard question, and I wish we had the perfect question for it.
Yeah, I think if somebody's open,
we don't. They just have to be open to it.
Yeah, with time, maybe at a certain point in their life, they'll become more open to it and they'll understand it a little bit better. You just have to just stay positive. Don't dwell on anything. Is all I can say.
Yep. Remember,
right.
your kid the kids always look up to the parents.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys. Have a good night.
Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.